Hey guys, what is going on? My name is Thomas Mark. Welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be talking about how to buy a VPN anonymously. So guys, one of the first questions that you might have, or maybe you already know the answer to, which is why you might be here, is why you should buy a VPN anonymously. Well, buying a VPN anonymously is one of the best ways to kind of give a VPN as few information kind of segments about you as possible. Now, normally when signing up with a VPN, it will usually ask you stuff like an email and even billing information like your address, because you do need to give that information to verify if you're buying that VPN with a debit card or something like that. Now, if you're not going to buy a VPN with a debit card and you want to buy it with something like cryptocurrency, you're able to give a VPN a lot less information than you would otherwise. So if you do want to buy a VPN anonymously, there are a few ways to do so. But in this video, we're more focusing on the payment side of buying a VPN. So if you do want to use cryptocurrency, I would recommend that as probably the most anonymous way to buy a VPN anonymously. Like I said, you don't have to give them any payment information about you that would kind of dox yourself to that VPN. Now keep in mind guys, the purpose of this video is talking about how to keep your information private and stay anonymous, give least information to a VPN. However, that said, this video is not really intended for people to commit criminal activity on VPNs. If you're looking to do serious crimes on VPNs or something like that, this video isn't really talking about that level of anonymity. This video is talking more about basic user anonymity and someone who just wants to kind of be a little bit paranoid when signing up for a VPN service and very safe. So with that in mind, let's go ahead and talk about which cryptocurrency you should use to buy a VPN. Now, probably the most anonymous cryptocurrency out there is something like Monero. Something like Litecoin also has something called Mimblewimble, which is a good way to remain private. However, Monero is actually pretty tricky to kind of get a hold of. You know, a lot of Monero advocates out there like to brag about how anonymous the cryptocurrency is, but a lot of the top exchanges don't even let you buy Monero. And in fact, I'm pretty sure there is some kind of bounty by the IRS or SEC for someone to crack Monero's code, which, let's say, it just hasn't happened yet. Now, I definitely wouldn't say Monero is like an investable cryptocurrency. I would purely use it as a currency. When we look at its history as an investment, it doesn't really hold up. It always kind of likes to stay between that 150 range. If you look at its previous price history, it's gone up as high as something like $400. It usually really always goes up to around $400 to $500, and then it crashes all the way back down to around 150 or even lower, in this case $90, $80. But it really likes to stay around that mark. But in terms of a currency, it's definitely a solid option when buying a VPN. Now, not every VPN supports Monero, but we'll discuss which ones do in a little bit. Now, if you're wondering how can you get a hold of Monero? Well, unfortunately, not a ton of exchanges do support Monero, but fortunately, one of my top rated exchanges does. Kraken. Now, if you guys weren't aware, I've created a tier list for pretty much every single cryptocurrency exchange and rated them with objective data-driven kind of comparison and rated them on a tier list. It's called the SEX tier list. Here's the data table. As you can see, it's quite extensive, pretty much rating every single cryptocurrency exchange. Fortunately for you guys looking to get Monero, Kraken is number 3 on the SEX tier list, which means it's a very good exchange to use. I'll be putting a link for it in the description down below in case you want to use it to buy Monero. You might get some kind of sign up bonus, maybe something like $10 or something like that. But it's definitely something you should check out if you're looking to buy Monero, since it is one of the few exchanges that does support it. Now, if you don't want to use Kraken or you don't want to use Monero, you can also probably use something like Bitcoin. Now, a lot of cryptocurrency people out there and then anonymity advocates might be saying like, wait, Tom, Bitcoin is not anonymous. Bitcoin's not anonymous, Tom. Use Monero, Tom. Well, it's true to an extent. However, if you're just looking for a basic level of anonymity, if you're not committing any crimes or anything like that, Bitcoin is going to provide you a bit more anonymity than a traditional payment method like a debit card. Now, with Bitcoin, you don't have to give your address or anything like that. You're pretty much going to send Bitcoin to the VPN provider and they'll accept it and make an account for you. Theoretically, they could, if they wanted, trace that Bitcoin back to from where it came. And this could lead them back to like where you originally bought the Bitcoin, like your exchange or something like that, and that exchange theoretically could take that information and link it back to you from some spy agency or something like that. Like I said, if you're committing serious crimes, but for most basic people, that is never going to happen. The basic idea is that giving the VPN as less information about you as possible. That's definitely achievable with something like Bitcoin. The good news is pretty much every exchange supports Bitcoin. Like I said, if you want to choose an exchange and you haven't yet, check out Sec's tier list. I would recommend either eToro or Coinbase or Kraken for Bitcoin, and I'll be putting links in the description down below for those. Like I said, should get some kind of sign up bonus with those links for each one of those. Now guys, on to the next thing. How do you choose a VPN? Which VPN should you choose if you want to buy it anonymously? Well, let's go ahead and take a look at my top 3 options. So that's going to be Torguard, Nord, and Surfshark. So guys, if you're looking to buy a VPN with Monero, well, you're going to want to probably choose Torguard or Surfshark. Now, NordVPN does not support Monero checkout payments, but Surfshark and Torguard either support CoinGate or support Monero payments. Torguard has always been one of the biggest proponents of cryptocurrency, and in fact, they were one of the first transactions on the Bitcoin Lightning Network. Cool little factoid. But it's definitely a solid pickup. It's probably the highest rated VPN on my tier list. Now, like the Sex tier list, I also had the VPN tier list. And like I said, these are my top 3 options. So Torguard, excellent choice. You could get it for around $5 a month or $30 a year, or even cheaper long term, around $70. Like I said, it is going to support lots of cryptocurrency options. You could see down here, pretty good amount here. Pretty much every currency you should ever want will be supported with Torguard. Now, should you use Torguard? Well, that's another question. Some of the cons are that it does require the streaming bundle if you want to unblock geo restrictions, like something like Netflix. You're only going to get 2 locations. So for people who want to hop around a lot, it can be a little bit inconvenient, and it's a little bit more clunky to set up. It's not quite as user-friendly and modern as some other VPNs out there, but the good news with Torguard is you get that really good price point, the speeds are excellent, and the company behind it is really good too. So it's definitely a solid pickup, especially if you want to buy a VPN with Monero. Next up, we have Surfshark. Now, Surfshark is different from Torguard. It's more about the bundled approaches. It has one of the best bundled deals, I would say, from a VPN, because you get something called Incogni, and that's what you see down here in the data removal section. This is a pretty good service I actually recommend on the channel a lot. It's going to remove your information from data brokers like white pages and stuff like that. Actually, a very good tool if you are into cryptocurrency. I would recommend something like it, because you generally don't want people finding out your address if you're holding cryptocurrency. So definitely a service I would recommend, just to give you more anonymity on the internet. So that is cool that Surfshark does bundle it in with the Surfshark One package. Of course, it's going to be a little bit more pricey, around $120 for the first 26 months, then $100 year after year for that. But the good news is you could just buy the VPN if you want to. So this is definitely a solid pickup. And like I did say, it does support CoinGate and coin payments, and should support Monero, as you could see here. So these are my 2 VPNs I recommend to buy with cryptocurrency right now. Like I said, both of them have a little bit pros and cons. If you want more information about the individual pros and cons, check out the reviews on the channel. Surfshark, I've done a recent review, and Torguard, I've done plenty of reviews as well. Just search for those reviews. If you're looking for a VPN and you don't really care about Monero as well, Nord could also be an option. This one you can buy with Bitcoin. Now, Nord and Surfshark are pretty similar in terms of VPNs. You might want to watch each individual review to decide if you want to go for Nord or Surfshark. Nord has a little bit more features in some ways, but Surfshark has a little bit better bundled offering, so that's something to also think about. All right, guys, so let's go ahead and say you want to buy something like Surfshark. Go to vpntierlist.com or click the link in the description down below to get the best deal. And then I'll take you to Surfshark here. Depending on which package you want, for example, today we're going to pick the One package just because I do think it provides a good deal of benefits. We could click Get One. And then this is how you're going to pay with cryptocurrency. Basically, what you're going to do is select cryptocurrency on checkout, and then you're going to pick either CoinGate or Coin Payments. For this purpose, we'll just pick CoinGate, but it's going to want a sample email address. So we'll just do sample@gmail.com just for the purpose of this video, and they'll show you kind of how to navigate it from here. So it's taking us to the CoinGate. So now this is where you're going to pay with your chosen cryptocurrency. So let's go ahead and say we want to do Monero. It looks like CoinGate doesn't support Monero, but it does support Bitcoin. Let's go ahead and go back and see if Coin Payments supports Monero. All right, so taking us there. And now let's go ahead and see. And there it is. There's Monero. So you're just going to click on this. You're going to enter in your name. And then when you do complete checkout, sample, we're going to pick Monero and then complete checkout. And now pretty much what it's going to do is you're going to send your currency to this address. This pretty much works the same with every cryptocurrency. So let's say you bought Monero on Kraken. You pretty much go to the send tab, and then you're just going to paste in this address as a recipient. Once you do that, once the purchase is kind of logged here, it's going to verify it, and then you're pretty much going to be able to get like an email with your account credentials, and that's pretty much all there is to it. If you guys are new to cryptocurrency and you don't really understand how wallets and everything like that work, well, the basic idea, the way I understand it, is that you're going to have like a wallet on your exchange. You can also send it to a wallet on your phone or something like that. Pretty much all it really works is it's just kind of about these codes. You send money to a specific code. You want to make sure it's the right code, and then it will go there. It's really quite simple and quite easy, but that's really all there is to it. Let me know down in the comments down below if you guys have trouble with this, and I can help you more if you want in my Discord, which you could find on vpntierlist.com. So guys, that pretty much wraps it up for this video. Like I said, if you guys want the best deals on these VPNs, make sure to use my promo codes and links in the description down below, as well as those links for the exchanges. It'll help support the channel, but this video was not sponsored by any of the products mentioned here. I'm just an affiliate for them, just like pretty much every other product I discuss here on the channel. So that's good to see that I'm objective and unbiased. All right guys, so I'll see you in the next video very soon.